Hello there, soulmates. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I want to thank you all for your support so far, for your subscription, for your like, for comments to each and every one of my videos. I really appreciate it, and I am wishing you all happy new year. And very quickly I'll be drafting out a princess that, if you haven't seen it, I've already posted something like this on my channel, but today I'll be starting again afresh. So from this point I'll go down. I already went down by 1 inches, as you can see. So this is for the guide, so this will serve as the shoulder guide. So now from the center part, and this is one for the back and one for the front, just to make it easy for you to understand better. So I'll be drafting here right now on this pattern paper. So now I'll go down here from this line, 3 inches for the neck depth. So on the shoulder line, I'll go in for the neck width by 3 inches. I'll do likewise to the back, which is 3 inches, and for the neck width. So after doing this, now I'll go back to the front, which is going to be the shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 17 inches, dividing it into two. That gives me 8.5. So I'll outline it and also do likewise for the back, as you can see me doing. So just follow this procedure. So on this side, which is for the shoulder slope, I'll go down by 1 inches, and then for the armhole, you divide your armhole into two, your round armhole measurement into two. Whatever you get, you outline it downwards from that shoulder slope. And as you can see, after outlining it, that will also be serving as the chest line, which is going to be whatever armhole divided into two you get, and again plus the 1 inches for the shoulder slope from the shoulder line. So that will serve as your chest line. So I have to make sure all lines are accurate before outlining it from this center part. I will outline it now using my marker, and then I will outline it using my pattern master. So just take notes. You don't want your chest, your center part to be lower than your armhole. This is why I am doing this right now, so you can get a better clue about this when you're drafting it yourself. So I'll connect it now. You can see, so this serves as both the back and the front chest line. So that will be all for that. So I'll go down by the bust point from your shoulder to the down part of your bust point, which is the vertical measurement now from your shoulder line downwards to the waistline. So what I'm working with, the client I am working with, is the bust point is 10 inches, while the under bust is 14 inches, and the waistline is 17 inches. So I'll add 1 inches for sewing allowance for the shoulder, and also for the joining part of the blouse, which is the short length to the flay we are making later on. So I will outline all lines together, as you can see me doing. So I'm outlining every lines together now. So just take note, for the front we have under bust, while the back is just plain. So now I'll be connecting the shoulder line, this which is the shoulder slope, to the neck width. So as you can see, I'll connect it on both the back and the front bodies. So after doing this, I'll connect the armhole, as you can see me doing, and now I'll be connecting the bust palm, which is your bust point, to the other bust point together, which gives me 8 inches, divided it into 4. Then you place it like so, the way you can see me doing here, 4 inches on both sides. So I'll outline it using the pattern master to the waistline, from the bust line to the waistline. After doing that, the next thing I will do is label it. This is the chest line, bust line, under bust, and waistline. As you can see, just the back is different from the for the front, for the bust line. From this line, which is the under bust, I will take half an inch going towards the center part of the bodice till the waistline, as you can see me doing, and then on the side going towards the sides, I will take 1.5 inches from the under bust downwards to the waistline, which is the half length of your top. So because why I'm doing this is because the bust I am working with is 40 inches. 39 to, 38 to 41 inches can actually go with this. But if you're working with a bigger bust, you can go out by 2 inches on the sides. So I'll connect it now using my pattern master from the bust line downwards to the under bust, as you can see me drawing. Afterwards, you correct it using your pattern master again. You can see how it is outlined. So I will do likewise to this area. You can also use your free hand to do this, depends on whatever you're having with you. So from here now, I'll go down by the half of it, which is from the shoulder slope downwards. Whatever you get, you outline it. You just go in also by half an inch, and then you connect it straight down from the shoulder slope to this point, and then you take your bust measurement, dividing it into 4. So I'll outline whatever you're getting from it now. So you outline it and then you curve it using your French curve or your pattern master. So depends on whatever instrument you're having. So you can see how I am doing this. So you connect it straight to the bust measurement you have there, and then that will be all for that. Doing that, the next thing I will do, from the bust line you go up by half of an inch so your bust can sit properly on your bust, on your cup. So to get the cup now for the princess cut, you need to outline all this using your measuring tape. Whatever you get around this, your armhole, whatever you get, you divide it into 2, and then you outline it using your marker. Or from the half of an inch here, you connect it with using your French curve. From this area here, I will outline it now, as you can see me doing, to the half of an inch. So you can see how beautiful the cup is looking on the side, which is the princess dart. So now the next thing I will do, on the both sides of this line, which is from this curvy area, you go in by half of an inch, and then you connect it using the curvy part of your ruler. You can also do this using your free hand. Just make sure it's a bit curvy and accurate. So you connect it straight to that line from the half of an inch. You connect it straight to that line, as you can see. So I'll just be shaping it properly into the line. So as you can see me doing, so whatever that works well for you, you can see. So after doing this, I'm just making sure everything is, well outlined before proceeding to any other thing. So now on this down part, which is the down part of the dart, I'll go out by 1 inch. So by the time you finish sewing, one line will not be longer than the other, so it will be accurate. So on this part here, which is the dart, I will transfer it, whatever you have there, you transfer it to the side measurement, you add it to your bust measurement, and then the 1 inches, remember the 1 inches we took in now, just now, so we'll add it as well. So that is all about the bust line. So you then take your pattern master and then you curve it like so. You can see how simple and how beautiful this is looking. So if it is like this, that means you're good to go. So from this bust line, I'll start the circumference measurement, which is the round bust measurement. I'll add additional sewing allowance, which is 1.5 inches. I'll do likewise to this dart. I'll transfer it to the actual measurement of the waistline, which is the under bust, and then I will also be transferring the 2 inches for the dart to the measurement, and then I will be adding 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So remember, the under bust is not the same measurement as the half length, which is the waistline. So I will take it now, the actual under bust measurement, and then I'll add the dart, which is 2 inches, and then also I'll be adding the 1.5 inches sewing allowance. So I'll connect it. So this is just for the top to be seated properly after sewing it, so you don't have this gaping under your bust while your bust is not being seated well. So now I'll be cutting this out now, but before doing that, I will just make sure I outline the lines where I want the neckline to be. So on this shoulder I will be removing some inches. I'll be removing like this is, I have almost 6 inches here, so I'll just add, I'll be removing some inches and I'll be left with 3.5 inches. So I'll go down here on the neck depth, so I'll go down by 6 inches for the neck depth, and then I'll connect it to the new lines I just outlined. So I hope you understand what I mean. So this is just depends on your preference anyway. This is just me outlining what I need for the neckline. You can go up and you can, you know, go down, depends on how you want it. So this is our new neckline now, as you can see. So after doing this, I'll cut everything out now. For this, I'll be outlining the that before doing any other thing. So on the waistline, you take 1/2 inch on both sides of your line, which is the bust palm, and then you go straight from your, you know, from the chest line downwards. You roll it out, connecting it to the darts. So that will be all for the darts. So after doing this, the next thing you do is take the same thing you took for the, you know, dividing your armhole into two, and then you connect it straight to the bust measurement, which is your bust measurement, dividing it into 4, and then you outline it. So the only difference is the 1/2 inch inwards for the front armhole curve. So that will be all for the, you know, for the bust, and then you add your extra 1/2 inches for sewing allowance. And then after outlining that, you go to your under bust, which is your under waistline. You outline it, and then you transfer the dart, whatever you have there, you transfer it to the under bust, which is your waistline under bust, and then you take your sewing allowance, which is 1/2 inches also. So for the waistline, you do the same thing, and then you outline it. The back, which is the center back, remember this is not added with your zipper allowance. You can add it to your fabric when you're cutting it. So remember, on the shoulder line, you go in by 3.5 inches like we did for the, you know, for the front, and then you go down by whatever neckline you desire. So I will outline it from that area there. So when you're cutting your fabric, your pattern on your fabric, you add extra 1 inches to this center of your dress. So that will be all. So I'll then start cutting it out now. Cutting it out, this is how it should be looking. So for the dart, I won't be cutting the dart out. This is the dart I will be going with for the back bodice. So if you want a princess cut, you can actually connect it from that center part downwards to 1 inch or 1/2 inch. Just connect it from the half armhole point you did there. So I'll just be transferring this to my fabric, and then I'll be doing the dart directly on my fabric. I don't want to split it. After that, coming back to the front now, for the sides, the back of your, you know, short length is not actually the same as your front short length. So what you do is, you know, merging it together like so. If it's not accurate, you have to do a little bit of adjustment. So you can see that's it. So now what I did is, from the bust, you know, you cut it, but before cutting that, there is a dart intake here. So what I did is take from the under bust upwards for the inches, whatever excess inches you have, you take it and then you cut it to meet up with the bust line, which is the bust point of your dress, and then you merge it back, closing it up using the sellotape, and then you're good to go with this. So you can see how accurate that is looking now after doing that. So this is it. As you can see, here is the final look and final result of our tutorial. So you can cut it out using your fabric, and then after cutting this out, you sew it just as you normally do for your busts tutorial. So if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, kindly do so. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below where you're watching this video from, and also turn your notification bell on to get notified when I upload new videos, as I will be teaching on how you can make your peplum very soon on this channel. So guys, thanks again for watching. Bye.